Welcome to the Steins movie. We've watched the series, the OVA episode 25, and now we're going to do the movie, and I really don't know anything about it. As far as I know, it's just a more epilogue. I don't know what more you need. 24 was a great finale. 25 was fun little extra stuff afterwards. There's apparently even more, so I guess we're going to watch this and find out. So... yeah, we're going to watch it and discuss it. I have the subtitles on screen if you want to follow along. I'm not going to have a timer. Since this is a movie, I just want to make sure we're all starting at the same spot. So there's going to be logos at the beginning of the movie, and as soon as the Nitro Plus logo fades completely to black, as soon as it just fades to black from there, that's where we're starting. So, yeah, if you want to line it up. So... let's do it and watch the Steins Gate movie. Why the hell not? Let's go. In 3, 2, 1, play. I don't know if this is necessary viewing. People would consider it skippable. I don't know. But I want to watch it. I love these characters, so if we're spending more time with them, then I'm good. I'm all for it. I loved the end of the show. I loved the end of the OVA too. Was good. We'll see what this covers. What are we doing right now? We're on a plane? I was going to say plane, then I switched over to train, and then I was like, okay, plane. You always go with your first guess. I was going to watch episode 23B today, but then I was like, I should probably do the movie first if I'm going to do the movie. So, we're doing the movie. All right. We're watching a plane fly off. It feels like the ending. This would be like ending credits. But all right, we'll see where this goes. Maybe Daru will meet his wife, since Okabe already met her. Maybe he'll get to meet her now, back in Japan. And other than that, I don't know. The only, questions I feel that there were at the end, I was curious about Moeka and Mr. Brown, what their deal was in this world line. I don't know. Maybe they'll just fuck around for an hour and a half. That's fine. We're just dealing with a plane right now. Also, I just want to let you all know that when I record on here for long periods of time, there can start to be some desync issues, so I'm going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. Like with Katanagatari episodes, since those were 45 minutes, that was pushing the limit. So probably going to record in 2 45-minute chunks to try to make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen. Alpaca Man, Tootaroo. Alright, so what are we working on right now? Ah! Alpaca Man! He had an alpaca boy! And I have no idea if these subs will be the same that other people use, but these are the ones I found. I'm sure it'll be serviceable enough. I need the pepper, son. What do you think I am? What does it do then? I feel as if it may explode. Just get a fan. No, we've gotta make it a big to-do. We can't just get a fan. What is this? It's ridiculous. And that. Well, not explode, but do that. That's not surprising, whatsoever. And, in the middle of his goddamn dating sim, he was about to romance the busty one. Okay, let's not. We have to make Suzuha happen. Yeah. What a difference. Oh, Mr. Brown. When I pitched really fast there. You knock out the power in his house, his building. All right. 1 year. Everybody made it out alive. So what's Kurisu been up to? Ever since we had the little moment at the end of the OVA. Okay, he's having like a little deja vu, like memories from other world lines, kind of interrupting this one. To go get a real fan. Alright, Mayuri off to go see Ruka. And there she goes. Hey, Kurisu! Nice shades. Whoa! Oh, they're here to greet her. It's not funny when she does English. I could listen to Okabe do it all day. And get arrested. It's a motel! I am small citizen. Do you understand? Indeed. Daga Otokoda. Hello? Uh-oh. We got a man in a hood. Dudes in hoods are not to be trusted. It blew up. Daru killed himself. Who's Daru's friend? Oh, so is it her? Oh, there you go. Amane. So we're not even going to get to see them meet. They already met. They met online. That makes sense. That's where Daru would meet somebody. But they might just be friends right now, so maybe we'll see the romance grow. Nice. Wow. Is he rich? Rude. Plus, all she said was friend. You're thinking he has money, like he just to be friends with him? You didn't. Maybe she thinks that low of him that she wouldn't even want to be friends. Wow. She's assuming there could be more going on, or it could be leading to more. Got that kind of photo on there. Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, those eyes, the smoothness. No. Not enough to show any of the chub. Oh, well, there you go. She likes the big ones. There's a lot to There's just a lot there. A big protector guy. That's what she's into. That's fine. Of course, that's what it means. I mean, there's no hiding that. All right. Oh, no big deal whatsoever. It's such not a big deal that I will almost die. Right now, I will almost fucking choke on my tea. Of course. He's not wrong. Well, now he's here. So what do you think? Of course. What else would you expect, really? The choice of Steins Gate. He just wouldn't know what to say otherwise, when it's been such a long time. Zombie. Number. Whatever. She had a bunch of nicknames. Alright, I've proven your identity, which was my plan all along. The real Kurisu. He did give them all their little badges with their numbers. We need Ferris. We need Moeka. So I was wondering what would become of them after the end, because she does still have many things to do in her life. She can't just stop and hang out with Okabe all the time. She's going to be traveling and doing a lot of work. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like if it's from America, it's more likely to be the censored version, probably. Alright, who's this? Ah, there we have her. And both of them. The gang's all here. Well, we had to have everybody be here because it's the movie. Everybody has to show up because movie. Nice. Well, that sounds very serious then. That's what's happening. I guarantee it. It must be fate. It must be this. I was gonna say that next. You're wrong. You're out of the club. Oh, him. But hey, let's barbecue. Why the hell not? That's weird. But okay. She doesn't seem to mind. She just won't say anything about it. Even Nye and Mr. Brown get to come. Hell, can't handle peppers. I question less. I have less of a question about whether or not Moeka and Mr. Brown, have any connection to CERN in this world line, which they don't seem to. My bigger question is just whether Okabe questioned that or not. Because he seems perfectly fine with them. I would still be curious. I'm fucking drunk, man. Shit. Maybe it is, and maybe it's just in her head. Or he brought some. He brought some real stuff. Yeah, there you go. Uh-huh. We talked about that. I don't think that's what happened. No, I don't think that's how it went. Let's talk when you're sober. Didn't even keep in touch. You did. You did say that. He went all out. And you were too awkward to just keep in contact. Okay. You could easily knock him down more stairs. Well then. By someone, I mean me. Well, we've already had two different endings with the two of you being reunited, so let's hope that's the choice. You haven't accepted that stuff yet? I thought we kinda took care of that. No? She wanted a personal fork or something. Both. So there it is. How thoughtful. You did? Elsewhere. Yeah, obviously. That's fine. What? Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. She probably believes it just fine. There you go. Simple as that. That's fine. Don't worry about it. She is. I just thought by the end of the OVA she would have come to accept it. But I guess not. I don't know what the hell's gonna come of all this, him remembering all this. But yeah, I mean, it also makes sense even if she was like, if she kissed him or accepted his feelings or whatever, she still might be skeptical about the world line stuff. What, like the shit's like bleeding together, or I don't, something, for some reason, is something. He's tripping. He's going through some shit. You're scaring everybody. Don't attack the man with an Well, your rent is going up. That's not a thing. Oh, he's lost it completely. No, that's a microwave. Why has this not been happening the whole time? Did it just start happening again now? Why? What's causing that now? I don't know if it's just trauma from everything that he went through, some PTSD, or if there's something greater to it. I imagine there will be, just so that the movie will have a plot, but we'll see. Yeah, it seems that way. Why is this happening to me? Nice! Straight to the point, Mayushi. Yeah, like this wasn't even a thing. This I don't remember this scene ever happening. What yeah, this is whoa. My god. I think I heard people say something about like that's what happened in the visual novel. They changed it for the anime, like when Mr. Brown killed Moeka and killed himself and whatnot. That there was something about like Nai killing Moeka and or something. I think I heard something about that. So I guess that's just another world line. That's something we never experienced before. But yeah, that was fucking creepy. Nai killed Moeka. It's like you led to my daddy's death. What? She's like 6. That was weird. Anyway, but you don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay? Sure. So that looked like Daru. We had the hoodie guy before, so I don't know. Not good. Someone coming into her room while she's in the shower, that's not good. How low are we going? Okay. That shot kept panning down. I was like, not good whatsoever. You could assume something like that, even if you put up that sign, but I think I know better. It's going to be something more serious than that. What is talking about the talking about time travel? Suzuha? Odd. Little cryptic. Don't know if maybe you wanted to go into more detail, but I guess not. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I feel like creepy is an understatement. Someone broke into your hotel room, had a key for some reason, came in to talk to you and tell you weird, creepy things. I don't know. I'd be pretty fucking weird. Nice. Big ass underwear. Oh, okay. I gotta have to clean my soul after that. Nah, it'd be fine. Is there though? Aren't you always wearing that? I guess it's in better shape than his coat. Ah, stitching it up. Familiar. Are we using pink thread again? Of course. Thought I'd return the favor. So, pink again, I imagine. It's going to make him think about that too. A little bit. Yeah, everything's good. Then maybe you should have kept in touch over the past year. It is a little weird. We don't really know why that is. Other people seem to get little glimpses, of course, but he has this greater ability. Pink thread. Because it has. So you're accepting it then. Okay. Why is he like the only one who has this? Alright, it's like a lesser form. What just happened? Anyway, how much do you need in there? Just get a refrigerator and a fan. So did he, like, actually just vanish? Like, what happened? I really wasn't sure. Are you not remembering his name? Do they not know who he is? What the fuck? They don't know who he is? She knows who he is. I don't know if she remembers his name. If she's like starting, if she doesn't remember him fully, they don't remember him at all. Why would one be a vacant number? Why would you start at two? Why? The hell is happening? Where did he go? Like, he couldn't have gone to another world line. Because, like, only one can exist at a time. Unless, like, this one is the one that exists, and he... I don't know what the fuck happened. He just poofed. What is happening? Understandable. It's like, let's just forget about this and live my life. I'm probably just being crazy. But also, I really feel like there's something here and I can't... Gotta scratch that itch. I have this fork. What does it mean? There is no spoon. Where did he fucking go? Are we gonna switch over to his perspective and see? Is Kurisu the main character now? And we're gonna just follow her trying to save him from hell? So there's that. What is that? Just because. It's another world line bleeding through there. I don't know. Hello. Loose shirt anyway. You gonna go over like that? Okay. Or not. I was hoping she would. That would have been fun. Beautiful. You do win. Alright, so they've made the time leap machine again. I don't know where this is going. Yeah, there's like something in there that... Basically, yeah. Same thing for him. That was just something in there from another world line that kind of made him do it. I don't know if that one is really on the same level. Oh, well, in this case it is. Because he's the one who drinks it, and he's not here anymore, and she still buys it, so okay. I see where you're going. She just feels like someone will drink it, even though nobody's drinking it. Someone. Maybe it's aliens. We're not doing time travel anymore. We're just gonna do aliens now. They took him. And we gotta go to space. Why not? Or he got taken to the lair of the Shazam wizard guy. And he'll be back later. He just remembered it and just knew it. Okay, we've got Kurisu gonna do some time leapage. Okabe not in the picture. Weird not having Okabe around. He was so central to all of Steins Gate. Okay. There she goes. Back to the barbecue. And he should be there, right? Somewhere? Is he anywhere? Is he gone? Is he gone from this too? He should be here. He was here. There he is. Okay, thank you. Whatever's happening to him, he's lucky that Kurisu is here now. Like, this didn't happen during the year she was gone. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. She saw him and she's like, oh yeah, that guy. And there he goes. The fuck is going on? How the hell are they gonna figure out what's happening? Let alone how to fix it. And then they just forgot. Maybe don't drink right now. Well, she just said it. She just said his name. Well, he's back. What the fuck is good? Okay. Yes. What? Did they abduct him to get her to make the thing? What? What? Hello? Suzuha person? Did she just have Daru's hat before? Or, yes. Yeah, they don't know you. She gonna recognize the name Amane from Yuki? Why is this happening? Why? Alright, overloading. So he's just had too many experiences, and it's jumping him around. So it's a very close line. But see how. Okay. See, I was gonna say like only one world line can be at a time, but is that supposed to be their explanation around it? That this R world line is like right there, and like under this one specific circumstance, it can be possible. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, that's true. She doesn't know either of those things. And there he goes. Okay. And here he is. Hi. Long time no see. But yeah, like if it, why are they forgetting him? Like he leaves this, so reality just changes so that he's not here and never was, I guess. So yeah, I didn't expect this. His reading Steiner and everything that he went through having more consequences for him after the fact. Interesting. Yeah, after everything that he went through, it's like, no, no. Yeah, it already happened. She made it. He's like, no, not that shit again, please. Yeah. You went to all these lengths to save Mayuri and to save her. So you know what it's like to not want to give up on saving somebody. Of course, he did, you know, towards the end, make his choice to come here where he thought, go to the beta world line where Kurisu would be dead. Only afterwards found out there was a way to fix that too. Yeah, they will do it if they can. Equivalent exchange. Yeah, it's a lot. He went through it all and he knows what it's like. He doesn't want this to be a thing anymore. Yeah, you have to accept it and move on because you can't do anything about it. Well, obviously we have to fix this. They start with the number 2 in that universe. It's a weird place. Mayuri wastes all our money on Dr. Pepper. Daru hacks CERN either way. He's willing to throw himself away. For them. If it means them moving on and being safe and not meddling, he's willing to disappear. See if they explain any more about the world line stuff or how I feel about it when I think about it more, how other people feel about it. Because I don't know, like if he's going to this other world line, like maybe no matter what, this remains the one that exists, and maybe that one like technically doesn't exist. So he's not going there and just like living there. He's going there hypothetically, if it were to ever hypothetically exist, but I don't know. Yeah, seems to be. You just got the super version. Yeah, once again, something he knows very well. Wow. Yeah, she was always there to give him advice and motivate him and move him along and get him through the pain. She's dealing with that kind of thing now. But you're saying, just let me disappear. Of course, eventually, she said, you gotta do this, you gotta let me die in order to save Mayuri. He's reassuring her, like, this is what's gotta happen, but obviously he's not. Obviously, he's gonna be saved, so I don't know what they're gonna do, but she's not gonna listen. I don't know what you can do. I don't. This is such a random issue. I certainly don't know how they can fix it, but they have to. Who is it? Goodbye. Straight to the point. Very blunt. So what the fuck? What do we do about this? You have to summon your Hoenn Kyoma personality to motivate you to go on. Sure. The label, not the drink. Ah, what a face. I don't know, didn't really feel like she... I don't know why people are bothered by somebody running near them. Like, I don't think she bumped into that woman. Are you not allowed to run in Japan? Someone trying to get somewhere faster than normal? This is a bizarre event. I can't believe this. Yes? Ah, he dropped it! Did he disappear? He would never drop his Dr. Pepper. So he's just gone. That's exactly what happened before when he was gonna time leap, when she got there like right at the end and was saying, I love you, or whatever she was gonna say, and he time leapt. Same exact thing happened here, except just disappeared. Who? They don't know who this is. Who? They don't know. They don't know who you're talking about. And she, once again, yeah, she only has an idea. She doesn't remember the name. The fucking guy. The one with the face. The guy with the laugh. And the English, and you know. Mad Scientisto. Hey, she got the name. Stay focused. Focus on the name. Keep it in there. Would telling them the name possibly ring any bells, or is there no helping them? Shit, that's a heavy cry. As far as she knows, he's gone, and there's nothing she can possibly do. But we've got to do something. I just don't know what. She's not giving up. Yeah, I mean, there was no convincing her to stop. My Yuri, a shoulder to cry on. It will definitely do that. But what is it? Okay. She decided to let it be. So then what the fuck? What the hell's gonna happen? Yeah, this is the world that he fought so hard to make come true, so he wants you guys to stay safe and happy and maintain it. But we can't end the movie. Well, first of all, there's more time left in it, but even other than that, you can't end it like that. He's got to come back. So what's going to happen? Dr. Pepper color, huh? Whoa. Okay, see, she's remembering some things. Look at the color of the dress. Does it make you think of a soda? Does that soda make you think of a person? Hi? I'm sorry? Okay. A lecture on dreams, huh? Brain, confusion, mystery, science. Are you gonna start drawing some diagrams to get back into the time travel shit? How do we fix this? What do we do? Or we can just go have dinner. And now we don't even have the lab? Yeah, that's because you guys weren't the ones who made it and did all the rent stuff. I don't know where most of the money ever came from. Well, that was probably from Mayuri, but there's a piece missing. No Okabe, the lab closing. This is unacceptable. Trying to send it to someone who doesn't exist. You're still here. Yes, this is reality. It seems to be. Do you have any other last minute nuggets of wisdom that can maybe help before you leave? Or maybe you'll just motivate her to keep trying again? Is this your final answer? You know she's going to change her mind. If you do nothing, then this is it for him and he's not coming back. So this is your last chance to change your mind? It's not really about what she wants, but what she's decided based off what he wanted. what she thinks she should do. What do you want, though? What do you feel like you should do? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Well, after this rousing speech, maybe she will be. Well, prove her wrong then. Well, maybe you should be. Oh! Okay, then we get a Mayuri slap. But Suzuha this time. That was not nearly as powerful of a slap as Mayuri's, though. That shit stung. Okay. How do we go about that? He has to understand that this is truly distinct from all those other ones to stop them from interfering. We're gonna have to... I'm just gonna go out there and say it. You're just gonna have to have sex with him. That sounds like where we're headed, honestly. That's where my mind went. They've already kissed, so that's not enough. It's gotta be something strong, so... Go for it! I don't know. Or did she never say... Did she never say I love you back? Either way. The Force is a bit... Okay. You almost threw in a Star Wars reference. We didn't get to see the time fireflies. That's on you. That's your job. You did say that. Well, let's just make sure we don't fail. Wow. How old was he when he got sick that one time? Younger than this, right? don't remember. Watch out for cars! I get nervous when... Okay. I get nervous when people run out. Yeah, you see what happens? You see what happens. Fuck! Well, there that is. Okay, well, this is what we're doing. We're going to do this. Is he going to die over and over again? Did he... Jesus. Although, I have to say, that's partially on him. Like, the proper thing to do, like, would have been to try to grab her and, like, get her out of the way. Just standing in front of it. I don't know what you... It's weird that that even did anything. Because the truck easily could have kept going after hitting you and just hit her too. But I guess it didn't. Because he stopped fast enough to avoid that, but... What a noble sacrifice from the young lad. You're not always thinking straight when you just gotta act in a moment like that to go try to save somebody. What? So that just didn't even work at all. All because you were, honestly, you were just a kind of a dumbass, and you ran out into traffic and tripped. But who knows, maybe it would have happened regardless. See, she's remembering the name too, not really knowing that it's a name. Fantastic. That seems like an Okabe thing that you're remembering. Yeah. I really have no idea where this is going. I don't know how we're gonna resolve this. Which is, of course, Daru, number 2. Ah, he's in a suit. Well, that's good. Try to keep the lab going. Taking steps to make sure that happens. Good for him. It's almost as if there should be someone else here. He was even worse. A little bit. The 7 sages of whatever thing, that. Yes. If Moika's gonna speak up about it, it must be true. Deja vu. Sure. Sure. But he has to also come back, though. If they all just remember hard enough, will he just pop back into existence? Like, what's going on? I don't know. Ah! Oh my god! Yes! Must embody the Kyoma. Very solid impression. There's a lot of heart put into that. They're confused, though. Yes. She just has to become him. Is she gonna remember? Yes? Ringing any bells? That's right. We can't. I have no idea how much time is left, but we. Okay, so. Try again. Don't fall down in the street. Just don't do that. Right? So then you have to succeed and do that. Hi, little dog. I don't think you can blame yourself or your father. Honestly, Hello. Have you not have you not realized at all? There you go. Okay, good. She got it. She was just thinking of what to say. There's a lot of this movie where they're just kind of recapping things that have happened. Just like kind of saying what Okabe did. It's like, I know. I saw it. It was cool. I loved it. It was great. Little slow. Maybe could have been shorter. Still have no idea how it's going to end. Ah! That's that's not cool. He's a child. This kid's probably like, what the fuck? I guess that's what encouraged him to go to Mayuri. He was randomly kissed by some woman he had never met before. The phone comes on. It's a little strange. He's just sitting here, hanging out alone. It's like this is him getting pulled back, trying to pull him back to reality. We have them crossing in the street, just like the end of the show. Yeah, the the first kiss. Oh, you know what? In the show, he said that didn't he say that he had kissed one other person? He said that, right? Was that intended to lead to this, or did they see that in the show and they were like, we could make a fucking movie out of that? I don't know, but that's the movie. Let's talk about it. All right, the Steins Gate movie. Definitely the longest reaction that I've done. If you sat through that whole thing with me, thank you. I won't try to keep you for too much longer. Be interesting trying to do this discussion because it's a full length movie. There's a lot to say. I'm gonna try to keep it generally the same kind of length that I would for any standard episode. I'm not going to go into every single tiny little plot point in detail that happens in the movie, just general thoughts on the movie as a whole. And I'd be curious to hear other people's as well, because I've seen, like, on my anime list, this movie is generally well regarded. It has a very high score, and people like it. And I have mixed feelings about it. Like I said at the end of the series, at episode 24, great episode, great ending. So really, any epilogue that comes after that, like the episode 25 OVA or this movie, is not that important to me because I already loved the ending. So if this stuff is really good, then great. If it's not, or if it feels like it's just okay or kind of unnecessary, that doesn't even really matter because the ending that we already had was great, so I can kind of just disregard the OVA and the movie. And I'm not going to disregard them because I did enjoy both of them well enough, but I do think ending it at episode 24 is perfectly acceptable. I think ending it right there works just fine. If you did want to make more to show more details of what happens after that, you could, and they did, and it's fine, but it's not needed. Stopping there at the end of 24 is pretty great. So when I think of the ending of Steins Gate, personally, I'm going to think of episode 24. And then I'll think of the OVA and the movie and be like, oh yeah, that's also stuff that you can consider as well, as just like a little extra thing. Because they're really not, again, necessary. But the biggest positive is just that I love the characters so much that it's cool just seeing them. This one is a little lacking on that department compared to the OVA because of the lack of Okabe for a lot of it, because the whole conceit is that he disappears. He's still in it a lot, but there are large chunks where he's not in it, which is interesting because he was such a central focus of Steins Gate. It's all about him all the time, and I loved him so much. I've put him on my list of top 10 characters of all time. He's so important and so likable and interesting and just so entwined in the plot of Steins Gate. He's so important to all of it. So when you take him away, it feels kind of weird. It's interesting because it's different, getting kind of a focus on Kurisu and letting her go through all this and experience a lot of the kind of things that Okabe did and grow to understand a lot of what he went through, which would ultimately bring them closer. That's kind of cool, and just seeing her take the reins is interesting. And, maybe if they had kept Okabe in the picture the whole time, maybe that wouldn't have been as good. Maybe I kind of respect that in a way. Just, I know Kurisu is a very popular character too, but still, to take away the main character and give this other character a lot of the focus is kind of a ballsy move in some ways, maybe. You could consider it that way. But yeah, it's interesting because it's different. It does give the movie a little bit of a different flavor to it. But also, I was kind of like, I miss Okabe. I like having him around. He's so central to what makes Steins Gate great, and he's not here. Also, I get very cynical when I watch movies of anime. Like, when I remember watching the My Hero Academia movie, where you've got the main plot conceit, the main characters go to the place, cool, fine, but then, like, every other character is also there, and they just keep running into them, like, Bakugo and Todoroki, why are you here? everyone else, why are you here? And like they all have their reasons, but the real reason is because it's the movie, so they had to be here because they were in the show, fans like them, so we had to put them in the movie. So when you have the scene of like every single lab member all being there at the same time, like Moeka and Ferris that show up and they're all there, like, yeah, there's the reasons in the plot, but I just can't help but have that little feeling at the back of my mind, like, they put them in there because it's the movie. Like, you've got to have all the little gimmicks. I talked about this in the OVA, how it was a little fan servicey, like, Moeka's got to be there and she's got to do the texting. Ferris has to be there, Ruka has to be there, and you have to say Dogo Otokoda, because that was in the show. It's not a huge deal, it's just a little something that I just can't escape when I watch something like this, and can't help but feel like, you know, they made this because the show is popular, and they could make more and make more money. And in order to do that, they have to put in all the things from the show that people like. And in some cases, that's fine. Like in the OVA, Ocarina spoke English again, and if you wanted to think that that's just a fanservice-y thing, it didn't even matter to me because it was funny. So if it's good, I don't care. But you know, when you have them say Dogo Otokoda to Ruka again, there's no substance to that. They just said it again. That's a thing that was in the show, so it's here too, because it was in the show. It's like when you're watching a show, Stranger Things is a good example of this, where characters in like season 3 don't really seem like they have all that much to do, and they're just there because they were in the other seasons. Well, those characters existed in the show, so they have to still be in the show, so we gotta come up with something for them to do. It's that kind of thing. But yeah, this has a very interesting idea behind it, with Okabe experiencing all these flashes from the other world lines and everything that he went through, including stuff that we didn't see in the show, which I had heard a little bit of talk about. I had heard that in the visual novel, Moeka's death was handled differently, and that there was something about Nai just killing her. And I didn't picture it like that, though, because it was just a weird thing to picture. I had only heard like small little things about that. I didn't just picture little fucking baby Nai with a knife being a cackling maniac. That was pretty crazy. But yeah, and then him disappearing, figuring out why, and nobody remembers him, and how do we get it back? It was very mysterious, and I genuinely had no idea where it was going. That really kept me engaged and kept me watching, and was like one of the main driving forces, like, what is going on and how do we fix it? Because they go through all this, and where Kurisu's like really trying to figure out what to do, and then accepting that she shouldn't do anything, all while we know, like, okay, well, she's gotta do something, like, he's gotta come back at the end, like, what the hell are they gonna do? Where is this gonna go? It was mysterious, and I didn't know where it was going. Part of me wishes it would have been a more low-key story, with like no new sci-fi concepts. Like, if it was just Okabe dealing with PTSD, that probably could have been better. Honestly, that could have been really interesting. It would have probably needed to be shorter, which I think it should have been anyway. There was a lot of it that felt a little overly long, a little slow. I was saying that during the reaction. There were parts that felt kind of slow, like a lot of shots of the environment that just kind of felt like it was dragging things out a little bit to get to the hour-and-a-half mark, when maybe it could have been like a 45-minute OVA or something like that. But you have a lot of them just kind of repeating things that were in Steins Gate, mostly just about Okabe's struggle, and really like hammering it in how much he went through. They kind of do that a lot, where they're just kind of saying to each other, like, you know, this is what it was like for Okabe, and oh, now this is what you're going through. And it's important, like, for them to have a conversation like that, like for Kurisu to acknowledge and understand everything that Okabe has gone through. But I feel like it happens a little too often, and it's kind of like, I know, I saw it, I got it, like, I watched that already, it was great, I don't really need to hear you talk about it after the fact. Like, do your own thing. Talk about your own plot. You don't even need to talk about all that stuff that I already saw happen. But yeah, with the actual sci-fi conceit of the movie, Okabe disappearing is a little weird. This is another thing where the fact that it's a movie kind of makes it kind of harder to have a firm opinion on it. Like, this concept of him disappearing, that is probably not something that would have ever been in the main Steins Gate show. It was really kind of confusing as they were explaining it, because I'm trying to understand it and also kind of compare it to the logic of the main Steins Gate story and be like, does that make sense? Can that actually happen with everything that we know? And it definitely feels like a stretch, him just disappearing, and then he gets taken to another world line. I guess in a way, like, if you want it, if somebody says that doesn't make sense with the logic of Steins Gate, I would say that's fine. If somebody wanted to kind of logic it to make sense, I'd say you can do that too, honestly. But I do think it's a bit of a stretch. Like, if I think about it, would this have happened in the main show? I can pretty much say, like, no. I would never have pictured something like this being able to happen. Had this happened in the main show, would I be more accepting of it? See, that's the part where I say it's kind of harder to judge because it's a movie. Like, had it happened in the show, would I be like, oh, well, then I guess that's something that can happen in this show? Or would I have called bullshit? I don't know. I don't live in the reality where... I don't live in the world line where this was part of the main show. If I ever get there one day, I'll make a new video and let you know how it goes. But just it being in the movie after the fact, it does feel like this is not like a real Steins Gate time travel logic, but it's like a fun little epilogue thing that you don't have to consider too much and don't take too seriously. And that's my mindset for this whole thing. 24 is the ending. These other two things are fun little extra things to consider if you feel like it, if you want to spend more time with the characters, and that's really the main point, just to spend more time with them. Maybe don't take them super seriously. They do some good things, but just not things that are needed. Like, Okabe and Kurisu reunite at the end of 24, and you understand, okay, over time, their relationship will develop, and they'll be good. You don't need to see these details, but they can be fun, because we like the characters. But with the world line thing, I guess you can say that it's, because, like, there's one world line at a time, so for him to just disappear, that's already weird, just because, like, out of nowhere. But to go to another world line, and there's, like, two world lines at the same time, that just doesn't work with what Steins Gate has told us. But I guess you can say that, like, that world line doesn't really exist. Like, when we see it, there's nobody there. He's just sitting in the street by himself. So, like, you could say that it doesn't really exist, but he's able to go to it anyway, just because of his ability and all the shit that he's gone through. Or you could say that it's not even technically a world line, and maybe that's just what they called it, just because Suzuha doesn't know, like, exactly what it is. That's just what she decided to call it. Like, oh, this other place, so we'll just call it another world line. It might be like a weird in-between, which would explain why it's so barren. It's just like this other little pocket area. It's not technically a complete world line. You could say stuff like that to kind of logic it, but it does feel like a stretch. Also, kind of answering questions that nobody was asking. Like, oh, he came up with the name Halloween Kiyoma because Kurisu is the one who told it to him, because she time traveled. First of all, if I was like 14 or whatever, and an adult redhead woman kissed me, I don't think I would forget her face. But that's fine. Whatever. Sure. Like, nobody... That's another thing where, like, the cynical part of me comes out, where I feel like in order to make the movie, they looked through the show to be like, we need to make it seem like this movie needs to exist. So let's look through the show for tiny little nuggets that maybe aren't fully explained, and we can explain them in the movie, even though nobody gave a shit. Hey, we don't know where he got the name Halloween Kiyoma. He only technically said that he got the hostage mad scientist idea from some guy on TV or something, but he never said he got the name from there. So we can say where he got the name. Nobody gave a shit. It didn't matter. That was not a question that was ever being asked. But they answered it, so there you go. And they mentioned in the show that he had had one kiss before. I don't know how that worked. I don't know if that was in the visual novel, if they added that to the show knowing that they were going to do this in the movie later, or if that really was like just a random throwaway line, and then they looked back on it and were like, ooh, that was in the show. We can make that first kiss Kurisu. I don't know how that worked. That is kind of clever, though. I do kind of like that. That's a neat little thing. But it also does kind of just feel like we needed to fucking make it seem like the movie was relevant. So let's go back and answer this random, non-important thing from the show. You know, it's just it's like a little extra thing. It's the kind of thing that happens all the time with time travel stories. Like, oh, this was caused because this person traveled into the past and caused it. Happened in the main Steins Gate show. But it gets to the point where it's not necessary. Like, everything that Okabe did towards the end was highly, highly important. This, you didn't need it. Like, I didn't need to know why Okabe, like the exact reason Okabe went to the graveyard to comfort Mayuri and take her hostage. In fact, I like this less. In my general canon idea of Steins Gate, I'm not going to consider that. I don't like that as much. I like he just did it on his own because he's just that kind of person. I like the idea that he just decided. It is cool, Kurisu, helping him out because she was always there for him when he was having his struggles as the older Okabe, but I don't need that. I don't need the Kurisu involvement in the past between the two of them. I don't think that's necessary. I don't really think it adds anything that great. But yeah, I like Kurisu and Okabe, going through so many of the same things. Kurisu getting to experience all of this. There's a lot of things from Steins Gate that are kind of carried over here, like the scene of her running in to say I love you and it's a little bit too late. Like, that exact same thing happened in the show. It's just, instead of time leaping, it's disappearing here. Getting slapped, Mayuri to Okabe, but this time it was Suzuha to Kurisu, which was far less impactful. While I may not have cared all that much for the Kurisu time travel stuff to young Okabe, I did really like her doing the Ho in Kyoma persona herself. That was really fun. Another thing that I kind of have conflicting feelings about is that, the show ends with episode 24, and you understand that Kurisu will probably slowly get her memories back, and their relationship will develop, and then you get to see ways that happens in the OVA and in the movie. And in a lot of ways it makes sense. Like, in the OVA, she is still being skeptical of the existence of world lines because that's just the kind of person that she is. She is a scientist. She is going to consider, like, what you're saying, but she's not just going to automatically be like, oh, you said that that's the explanation, so therefore that's the explanation. She's going to be curious and investigative about it because she's a scientist, but she's going to try to find, like, hard evidence before she believes your explanation. And then that continues in the movie. She still doesn't fully believe, and her getting to experience all of this, again, really brings them a lot closer. But, again, that all kind of feels unnecessary because of the way episode 24 ends, where it's clear that she's starting to get some memories back already. So then you just imagine, okay, over time, her memories will come back, their relationship will develop. And then you get the OVA, and it's like, oh, she still doesn't accept world lines? Oh, okay. With the ending of, the show, it kind of feels like she's going to. And then the OVA ends, and it's like, just close your eyes. And it's like, oh, nice little ending moment. Now she's going to understand and accept everything. And then the movie happens, and it's, oh, she still doesn't. Okay. And it does make sense that her skeptical mind would be that way. But when you keep ending like, you've ended the show 3 times. So when you ended it the first time, like, with the promise of, like, oh, Kurisu will, gain her memories back, their relationship will develop into a happily ever after. And then you do another thing where that hasn't happened yet, and then it has the same ending. And then you do another thing where that still hasn't happened yet, and then it has the same ending. It's the same ending every single... The 3 endings are the same. Like, they literally are the same ending every time. I like the idea of giving Okabe a distinct memory for his mind to differentiate the Steins Gate world line from the others. That's kind of cool. Like I said, I wasn't really, like, a huge fan of how that turned out, just Kurisu, like, giving him the first kiss. I thought it could have gone in more interesting directions than that. But yeah, there are some ideas in this that are kind of cool. I think it's a little overly long and a little slow, and again, it's fine, but it's not needed. So there were definitely long stretches where I was kind of just like, yeah, this is happening. We're going through all this. There's some good drama there with the characters of Okabe telling her not to do this. It's a good back and forth of having no idea what's happening and how we can fix it, to her getting ideas for what to try, to Okabe telling her not to, which is really great that he's gone through so much to get this world line into existence where her and Mayuri and everybody that he cares about can be safe. And he knows firsthand the consequences of meddling with time, and he's just like, do not do it. I will fade away. I will sacrifice myself to maintain this world line that I brought into existence. Don't do it. And then her being willing to accept that, and then changing her mind and working towards it, and him dying in the past and then trying again. There's some good drama there. But a lot of it feels kind of like spinning its wheels just to kill time, because like, alright, we know he's gonna be fine. Like, we're really on the edge of our seats with Mayuri and Kurisu because they keep dying over and over again. And then by the end, we're getting to the end of the series and he's got to make this big decision to sacrifice Kurisu. And it's like, I think she'll probably survive, but I mean, who knows? But now when we're talking about the main character in this random little epilogue movie, like, I don't think they're going to just betray fans of the series by making a movie where they then make the main character disappear forever. So it's like, okay, I know you're gonna get him back, so just how the hell are we gonna do that? So a lot of the time where it's just kind of spent of Kurisu like wandering around accepting his disappearance is kind of boring, because I don't accept his disappearance and I know you're gonna bring him back. So I'm just waiting for you to figure out how and to get motivated to do it. I thought we would maybe get some stuff with Daru and Yuki, his future wife. There's just a little bit of mention at the beginning. That's something you maybe could have expanded on. Okabe didn't talk to Kurisu for a year after telling him he loved her. Weird, but honestly understandable for somebody like him. And I like Okabe experiencing more consequences from all of his time leaping. That just adds even more to the struggle of everything that he's gone through, that he had to deal with something like this after the fact is kind of interesting. I just think the execution could have been better. Could have just made it genuine PTSD, and maybe that would have been more intriguing. But yeah, also it's interesting that it really doesn't look like a movie. Like, usually you hear that it is going to be a movie and you're like, oh shit, budget. It really just looks exactly like the show, which is understandable and not really a big deal because there's not like a ton of big action things happening or things that would require insane animation. And the look of Steins Gate is very kind of grounded. It's just like the city streets, the buildings, the room they hang out in, and their kind of standard character designs. There's not a lot you can really do to make it stand out artistically, so it's fine that it just kind of looks like the show, but it is something that I noticed. Yeah, I actually had quite a bit to say about that. I have very mixed feelings about a lot of it. I would really like to discuss it more, to hear a lot of your opinions and continue talking in the comments or on Discord or wherever. But yeah, like I said, it's fine and enjoyable enough, but 24 is the ending for me, and this is like an extra little weird thing. I'm not going to judge it super harshly because I can easily just not consider it because I like 24 as the ending. But you know, it's a fine little extra epilogue thing that you can watch to see more of the characters. And yeah, we're still not done. We still have more Steins Gate content next week. It'll be a much shorter video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the movie in the comments. I definitely want to talk about it some more. There's probably a lot to say because it's an hour and a half. So yeah, let's talk about it. Subscribe, check out all the links down in the description. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you later.